angels. Hello, hello. Happy April, everybody. Hello. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Please let me know if you cannot. Make sure you say hi so I know you're here. I am just shuffling our little angel card deck for April. Uh, can I just be straight with you? We're talking about money. I am so tired of women not making the money we need to be making. And I know I'm very clear it's an unsure time. I'm very clear that there's a lot going on out there. And you know what? All those, I'm just going to be really brazen today because I'm kind of done not being brazen. Every single problem that we're dealing with right now, oh, I'm going to get hate for this. It was created by men. I want you to name one single problem right now that we have that was created by a woman. Please know I don't hate men. I love men, and it's our freaking turn. It's like enough. Okay? So if you feel a little bit of energy coming off me today, that's what it's from. It's like it's our time. And I got to help you guys shake off this BS that you shouldn't be making a ton of money because you should be. So we're just not gonna play that game today. Okay. We're gonna dive right into why you're not making more money, what you need to do with the money that you have, and how you can consistently attract more regardless of what's going on. And what's really important about that is that regardless of what's going on in the world, you still have access to money. And just because you're making money while the world is losing its mind doesn't mean you don't care. And I've seen a lot of people get that crossed up, actually, like messed up in their heads. Like, oh, if I'm out there doing what God, universe, higher self put me on this planet to do, I'm somehow not caring about other people. No, that is such performative BS and it keeps you feeling hollow. So we're going to knock it out of the park today. Yeah. Or what do we think? Yeah, I think so. I think so. All right. So 2 fell out of the deck. I love when that happens. Here we go. So the first one here, can you see that? Let me put it over my face. Acceptance. Acceptance. Can you see that? Okay, I'm going to read that real quick. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see? All right. And I see you guys are here. Say hi. So relationship, funny, right? Given what I just said, but it could be our relationship to money. I love that it's green. Alex, what's up, girl? Yeah, I'm thinking, God, can you guys see that? Yeah, I love that it's green. I think this is about your relationship to money, but let's see what it says, shall we? Oh, I'm wearing green too. Look at that. No accidents. Okay, your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. Actually, this is really interesting. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving creator as you feel safe and loved within. So shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. This is basically, honestly, I don't know if you can see. I'm going to show you one more time. You see that relationship? It's what we're learning in effortless sales. No joke. I kid you not. I did not even know. I don't think I've ever even pulled that card. And I love that it's green. Effortless sales, it's green. Anyway, so's money. All right. So just before we jump in, you guys, can I just show you something cute? So I had my 50th birthday celebration last month, as many of you know. Look, is that adorable? Those are my girlfriends that I go away with every year. They, my friend Sarah Jane made a mug for all of us. Is that the sweetest? We're all in there together. Cute. Okay. Hi. So let's dive into why you are not making more money. I know. We're just going to go straight at it. And you can say, let's say, what are the usual culprits? Who knows? The usual culprits are, well, it's the economy. I don't know how. Got it. There's lots of places for you to learn, but I get that. That's like, I don't know how. I'm not sure I can. Nobody wants what I have to offer. No one's paying attention. It's too loud in the marketplace. Yeah. Are these not the usual suspects, right? Or for those who are still working corporate jobs and you're following me to see if you can actually break out of that, you can. The ceiling is just there, right? You're like, I can't make more than this. I could go to another job and make a little bit more, but this is it. Yeah. I got it. I really got it. But there are reasons that money isn't coming in the way that you want it to come in. And it's just for you to choose what you want. This isn't like it's bad for you to want money. It's good for you to want money. Who gives a rat's behind how much money you want? Like that's you get to say. It's nobody's business how much you want to make, right? Like let's just be straight about that. But the reason you're not making what it is that you want is your own doubts. I know that's a hard pill to swallow. I mean, there's actually 4 reasons that you're not making more money. And, yesterday I was running on the treadmill. I'll drop a link to this below in this video, but yesterday I was running on the treadmill. Nope, I lied. Saturday, right before all the protests here in the United States, I was running on the treadmill. And I had this overwhelming nudge. Like, I literally had to stop. I had to, like, put my legs on either side of the treadmill for a hot second. I was like, "Hold on. Download incoming." Like, "Whoa, forget Stitch incoming." It was like, "Download incoming." Okay. And it was like, "It's really time for me to help you guys make more money." And I was like, "Okay." So I've created a special VIP session to help you specifically remove your own blocks because I knew I had to. That was not like, I almost can't even take credit for that. That was just like, boom, please offer this. I was like, "Okay." So I'll put a link to that below if you want a VIP session with me to actually remove your personal money blocks. This is not a cookie cutter VIP session with me. This is you answering really in-depth questions, me studying those questions, me studying you, and us getting together to work on you so that we remove these massive money blocks because it's got to stop. It just has to stop. And what's so powerful about all of this, we'll get back to why you're blocking it in just a second, is that it's always accessible. And this is the part I know I have a hard time with this sometimes too. I'm not going to stand on some soapbox and tell you guys, like, I do this perfectly. Nope. Totally a work in progress over here. No question about that. And the truth of our relationship with money is that it's always there. I mean, true or true. Have you had a day since you were 8 years old where you're not thinking about money? Maybe 12. I mean, really, you're looking at what other people have, what you might want. You're thinking about a vacation. Maybe you want to take classes. Maybe you'd like to go buy new clothes. Maybe your car needs new tires. Your dishwasher broke. Like, pick a thing, right? Money's always there. And yet we don't nurture that relationship. We fake it. We perform for it. Something women have been trained to do forever. Don't be actually fulfilled and satisfied. Fake it. Right? And are we or are we not taught that in every single area of our lives? Fake it. You're supposed to be the perfect mom, wife, business owner, human. Fake it. I don't care if you're actually fulfilled. Fake it. And like I've talked about with the high functioning codependence for decades, I've been talking about this, right? Like, oh my God, please stop having your emotions. They're bothering me. That's how we get into that high functioning codependence. We're not allowed to have feelings. We're not supposed to be fulfilled. We're supposed to make sure everybody else is okay. And at the root of that is money. I'm telling you, it's money. And the reason I'm saying that is not because it's cold, hard cash. I don't mean anything like that at all. I want you to go back and listen to my podcast episode on Roe v. Wade. And I start that episode by saying, look, I realize I'm a business coach. I got it. But undoing this directly removes money from the hands of women. I don't think that's an accident. Because when women have money, we do really extraordinary things with it. But if we don't have it, how easy are we to control? Right? This is what was it called? The feminine mistake, not the feminine mystique, but the feminine mistake of turning our income over completely to men. Right. And now we've got this whole trad wife thing going on and this idea that, women aren't supposed to handle money. That is a direct way to make sure we are not affecting the world around us, including our own happiness, our own fulfillment, our own joy. So today isn't just about, please, dear God, know how much money you're spending, but please, dear God, know how much money you're spending. Don't spend it where other people want you to spend it. Spend it where it matters to you. Invest in what matters to you. Pay off debt that matters to you. Keep the debt you don't give a flip about. I don't care, right? Do what you need to be doing with money and stop letting anyone else tell you what you're supposed to spend your money on. You're a freaking grown up. You're amazing. You're this incredible woman on this planet, and you're outsourcing the most valuable resource you have access to right now, aside from your own resource, like your own energy, your own heart, right? That's another probably much more precious than money because that's what brings the money to you, right? Resource. But stop acting like you don't know how to deal with it. You do too. You do. And if you don't, go watch some YouTube videos. If you don't, take a class. This is fourth grade math, maybe. It's mostly third grade math. This is like bananas. Stop. We've got to stop. Okay, so that's one way that you're keeping money out of your life is you're acting like you don't know what to do with it, which again leads me back to doubt. So I really want to talk about doubt. Okay. You know what, Alex? I will find the number for you, but if you go into my podcast episodes and search for Roe v. Wade, it will be there. And you know what? I can find it for us right now. Give me 1 second. And if any of my team is on, sometimes my team's secretly watching. We'll have them help us out. Hold on, I got it right here for you. Uh, hold please. Oh boy, you know one of the things people ask me for all the time? They're like, how do you keep track of your podcast episodes? And I love sharing my beautiful podcast spreadsheet. Okay, hold on. Women, Money, and Roe v. Wade is episode number 123. That's interesting. I will drop this into the chat as well. Yep, it's okay. It's right there. I think it's important. And now it'll be in the chat for everybody who watches the replays too to come and see. And so I appreciate you asking for that. I love that. Yeah. And anybody looking to start a podcast episode, please ask me for my spreadsheet because it makes it that easy out of almost 300 episodes to find something, even while you're live on YouTube. All right. So back to doubt. Yeah. So there's a couple doubts going on with women and money. And the doubt is that you don't know what to do with it or you can't actually make it. So inside of Effortless Sales, we're really going to be diving into this week. We're diving into the 4 elements that can cause a financial miracle. That's really what we're breaking down. And one of them is certainty. This is why I'm talking about doubt today. So that's just a spoiler alert for anybody who's not yet in Effortless Sales. If you would like to join us, can I still sneak you in? I will find a way to sneak you in. If you're like, oh shoot, I should have been in Effortless Sales, send me a note. And don't tell my team because they'll kill me, but you should be in there if you know you should be in there. So this month, all of April, we're going to be setting the 4 elements that can cause a financial miracle. That will cause. It's actually kind of proven. It never doesn't cause a financial miracle. But the number one tenet, you guys, the number one tenet is your own certainty. And so when we look at how we as women have been programmed from birth not to trust ourselves. There is no mistake. There is no accident that's how you feel. That's how you feel. You feel that way by design. And here's like the crazy part about all this, right? We're so good with money. We are so good with money. When you actually look at the mental load women carry in a household, right? This has really gotten traction lately. I'm so happy about that. I also have an episode on the mental load if you'd like that, a podcast episode. But this idea that women can't deal with money is so ridiculous when you look at the mental load that most of us carry to run a household and what we can't figure out where the money needs to go. That is bananas. That is so backwards and incorrect. I don't even know what to say. All right. So I hope as you're listening to me talk, if you're getting angry, that's not necessarily my intention, except I have no problem lighting a fire under your assets to get you into motion on this. I'm a coach, for crying out loud. My job is to change human behavior. And you need to stop acting like you can't do this. Yes, you can. That is bananas. All right. So your doubt is actually keeping money at bay. And this can sound like magical thinking, but it's not, because that doubt is driving your actions. And we know actions are what cause results. So if doubt is driving your actions, there's no way you're going to cause a result that you want. That's not a possible outcome. What's going to come out of your actions are results that say, see, you can't trust yourself. Make sense? Like if you actually sit and think about that, you're like, actually, that is very logical. That makes so much sense. Right. So let yourself stew in that for a hot second while you're trying to break through and you're going, Sarah, but I'm not making the money I want. Sarah, I feel like I have an invisibility cloak on. Sarah, I feel like I spend it as soon as I have it. What are all those actions coming from? They're coming from your own doubts. And so you might be thinking, okay, Walton, thanks for that. How do I deal with those? Some of it is flat out faith. And please know I am not affiliated with any religion in any way, shape, or form. I got enough of that in my childhood, so there is none of that for me. But there is a bit of faith. And what's great about faith is you can develop it. One of the best things you can do is go back and look at all the money you've made. We've talked about that before, but I'm going to remind you, you can go back and look at how much money you've made over your lifetime. And I bet it's a shit ton. It's a lot more than you realize. Why? Because the marketing teams that are at work would rather have you spend it with them. And that's fine because money is meant to be circulated. It's called currency for a reason. It's supposed to be out there in the world doing its job, which is spreading joy and happiness and prosperity everywhere it goes, right? Except when you do that unconsciously, what you're doing is feeding your doubts that you can actually do something with it, right? There's nothing wrong with spending money, and you should be spending money on the things that matter to you as long as it's responsible for you to do that. It's fun for you to do that. It feels exciting for you to do that. And if you want to play chicken with the universe or God or your higher self, right? Make some plans. Watch what happens. Make plans. Say, I'm going to do this by the end of May. Watch it happen. It's astounding. And what's actually at work, some people say it's the laws of the universe. I happen to believe that. You don't believe in the laws of the universe. You don't believe in attraction, the law of attraction, which recently somebody told me I should have been called the law of receiving. And I think that's right. I really like that. Anyway, you don't believe in any of that. That's fine. If you've decided you want to cause something to happen, how many times in your life have you done that? Like, I want to cause something to happen and you cause it. I did that with my ex-husband. I was when I met him, so funny. When I met him, I was actually online looking at sperm banks because I knew I wanted to be a mom. That was not negotiable for me. And somebody said to me, "But Sarah, what are you going to say to that kid when they ask you why they don't have a dad like everybody else?" And I was like, "Fine." So I was like, "I'm going to go on a dating site and I'm going to date as many people as I can. I'm going to tell that kid I couldn't find their dad." Yeah, 2 weeks later, I met their dad. Um, so I went on a dating site to be like, "Fine, I'll check this box, but I'm having a kid. I'm a mom." Like, that was so clear to me from second one, right? Like, that part was not negotiable. The husband was negotiable. Parent, mom, no, right? And, we were married within 3 months, and I was pregnant within 5. When we wanna cause something to happen, we cause it to happen, and my beautiful son is now in college. Yeah, right? 'Kay. When we wanna cause something, you can. You know you do. So when you decide, "I wanna cause this to happen around money," what do you think changes? Let's take out the law of receiving. Let's take out the laws of the universe. Let's take out vibrational frequencies, which we know are real, right? People can shatter light bulbs with their voices because of the frequency. We know that's real, but let's pretend it's not. What do you think starts to happen to you? If you declare that you're gonna do something by a certain time, what happens? You start changing your behavior and you cause the thing to happen. True or true? I mean, look at the story I just told. What the flip? That is the craziest people I will never forget. When I told people I was kidding, they're like, "What?" And while we may have decided to not stay married, we're like the best of friends still because we came into each other's lives to do something really, really important and to support each other in different ways. Because we both changed our behavior to cause something to happen, and boom, did that line up. You've done it too. I've done it with money in my business. You've watched me do it, right? Toughest year of my life, 2022. It tripled the business. How? Changed my behavior. Was it hard? Yeah, it was. This isn't magical thinking time, but I did it. Why? Because I decided to. And part of what we're not doing around money, you guys, is deciding we're going to be wealthy. Just decide that. And watch your behavior change. I happen to believe the other thing that happens when you make a decision like that is you're actually demanding it from the universe, from God, your higher self, your own actions. You are now a demand for receiving that which you have desired. And this is the issue. Like, we're so effing afraid of what people will think if we say, "I'm going to be loaded. Watch this." We like get scared of that. Why? Who does that behoove? Who wins when women are pretending like, "Oh, I don't want money. It's okay. I don't really have to have an orgasm. It's okay." Like, who the F succeeds from that? Who's winning when you do that? It's not you. It's not you. And it's time that we put that aside. This is why women don't have more money. Yes, we can talk about the pay gap. We can talk about the mental load. We can talk about the care gap. All those things are real. And why have they not changed yet? The vote was withheld from women for way too long. We fixed that shit. People were driving without seatbelts and our children were dying. What did we do? Women fixed that shit. True, true. We're freaking amazing once we decided to step in and own our power. Once we decide to step in and own what we want and who we are and what we're a stand for, things move. So we need to stop acting like we don't know what we're doing or we can't do this. No more. Like enough already. Yeah? Okay. I hope you're on board with me right now. And you're going, I'm picking up what she's laying down. Uh-huh. All right. Okay. Excuse me while I look at my notes. I'm sorry. I can do a lot of things. I can't remember my notes. Okay. So let's talk right now about 5 things you can do right this minute to bring in more money. One, especially with the stock market at the time of this recording being quite low, go freaking buy shit. Right? I mean, I think it was Warren Buffett who was like, when everybody's scared, get greedy. When everybody's greedy, get scared. Right? There's a lot of sales going on in the stock market right now, right? And I'm not a financial advisor. Please don't yell at me. You should get your own financial planner. And I bet they'd probably tell you something similar. Hang on for a couple days or do this or do that. But there are people out there who are experts at this. And it seems to me, my layperson that I am, loves money, invested in the market. Seems to me there's pretty good fucking fire sales going on right now, which is by design, right? The fire sales that are happening now are by design for people who want to be able to buy up a whole bunch of stuff for cheap. This is not an accident. Anyway, so if you'd like to get in on that, do that. That's number 1. Okay, number 2, for those of you who are living your life's purpose, you know you are here for a reason, right? It's the thing that you do easily. For me, it's coaching or teaching, right? It just falls out of my face all the time. I can't help it. All the time, right? I'm always studying. I'm always in a class. I'm always learning. I'm always teaching you guys new things. I'm always testing my own theories, right? Cannot stop. Love it so much. Easy peasy for me. It's like the thing that I love to do. And if I wasn't doing this, this is your clue, right? When I was in corporate America, every morning I'd go in to my office and there were like a line of 3 or 4 or 5 people sometimes who wanted to talk to me because they wanted to be coached by me. They weren't on my team because this is what I'm here to do. Right. And it just fell out of me. It was natural. People demand it. Right. That's your thing too. Whatever your thing is, people are always asking you, hey, can I get your advice on this? Hey, how would you do this? Hey, what about that's your thing? And the universe gave you that thing. God, your highest self, whatever, gave you that thing to make a living from. They didn't give you that thing so you could do that thing for free and hate your life and hate your job and not make the money you're here to deserve. That is not a thing. Right. And this is my favorite thing to say to people because you just imagine if Michelangelo was like, yeah, this art thing, can't make money doing that. I need a day job. What would the world have missed out on? You know, my homegirl, Taylor Swift. I love you, girl. She doesn't know who I am. I love you. Could you imagine? She wanted to be an English teacher. She would have been a great English teacher and she would have touched all those kids' lives. But is that what she was here to do? I'm going to argue no. She was here to tell stories and connect people emotionally. And she's doing that. And boy, is she making a great living at it. Another one, let's take Lady Gaga. Could you imagine if she decided to listen to everybody who called her a freak her whole life and she didn't grow up into owning what she was here to do? Do you look at what we would have missed out on? Stop being afraid of what you're here to do and start doing it. Now, inside of that, you have to decide you're going to make money doing it too. Remember, decide, I'm going to make money doing this. And then here's the key. This is so important. Remember, I told you guys I was running on the treadmill yesterday and I got this new VIP session download and I'm so stinking excited about it. People are already buying it. It's like, oh my God, right? So good. I wasn't focused on, I need to make money in my business. That's not what I was doing. I know I'm here to coach. I'm very clear on that. I'm also very clear these gifts were given to me so I could make a living. And then I went and took care of myself and made sure my body's healthy. I had fun with my girlfriends. Oh my God, I read some great novels this weekend. I read a marketing book this weekend. Of course I did, right? But the idea came to me while I was taking really good care of myself. That's where the ideas come from. They don't come from here because this mind caused the problem. This mind told you you can't do what you're here to do and make a living. So the answer for how to do what you're here to do and make a living isn't in here. It's not in this mind. It is in the mind of freedom. It is in the mind of joy. It is in the same mind that you have when you're meditating. And by the way, for those of you who are itching at effortless sales, this is what we're studying this week. They're like practicing getting them this beautiful mind version, the open, gorgeous, problem solving mind into reality. That's what we're working on in there, just in case anybody's wondering what that's like. Okay. So those are 3 ways already that you can make more money. And the 4th way is for you, those of you who decide, like, look, I was given these talents to make a living. Okay. So you've now decided you're going to do that. What I'd really love for you to do is go out and offer it. Just offer it right now. You can offer it for free. You can offer it for a tiny amount of money. Just go offer it right now. Just right now. Just go off. What's stopping you? Why wouldn't you? What? Is the half an hour to learn how to do this going to kill you? No, go do it. Go offer it. Go see what happens out there in the world. Watch how people respond to your gifts, your talents, your expertise. Just watch. Just watch. And then ask them, if I did this for you, how much do you think that's worth? Just ask them. Just ask them. Then you build a business trying to find 25 more of those people. That's it. That's it. The market right now is so huge, right? Everybody has access to everybody. The internet has turned all of this upside down, right? No longer can you like name your business with 2 A's and be the first person in the phone book that comes up under your industry. That's like not a thing anymore, right? There is so much out there. You don't need to go to the masses to make a really great living. Go find your first 25 people and then figure out how can you go even deeper with those 25 people. And then even deeper with those 25 people. And how can you help them so much they can't wait to tell other people? You got a business. You're rocking and rolling right there. You're already ready to go. I've told you guys so many times, people are like, Sarah, you don't have 8 million followers on Instagram. I said, yeah, I don't care. I need to work with 80 humans a year. 80. And do you know how much I love that? That is so intimate. I get to know. I love you guys know, I call you by name in here. I love you. I love you. I know you. And I want to go deeper with you always. Because I'm not in it for a fast buck in the mass market. That's not a thing for me. And I make a great living. This is all you need to do. We need to stop making this complicated. We need to stop pretending like there's I got to write a marketing plan. No, just go see if people want it and then ask them how much they would pay for it. And then find 24 more people like that. And then figure out what you could do next for them. And you're on your way right now. You could do that by the end of the week. You could do that definitely by the end of the month. We got to get out of this mind that's caused the problems and start getting creative. You have this beautiful, beautiful world that's waiting for you, that's coming from your own heart, your own spirit, your own soul. And when you make money using your talents like that, when you actually step into doing that, it is a freaking joy. And the slog of having to go to a job you hate or do something you hate, oh dear God. I was joking around with my dad this weekend. We were talking on the phone. We were just talking about all the things, his health, my health, the kids. And we were talking about the economy and what's happening in politics and all the jazz. And he said, if everything turned upside down, would you ever get a job again? And I said, oh dear God, no, never. He's like, really? You're that confident? I said, yeah. Yeah. Well, first of all, because doubt will keep money from coming to me. So that's not a thing. But no, could you imagine me reporting into some dude with suspenders going, yeah, no, it's just not, that's no. And I'm a stand for that. Now, did I get other jobs while I was building up my business? Yeah, I totally did. I taught fitness classes. That was really fun. I got paid to work out instead of having to pay. Worked a pottery barn, decorating people's houses for Christmas. It was a blast. Yeah, I'll do stuff like that because it makes me happy. And money loves happiness. And part of the work you got to do as you're doing this is you've got to trust you because you've got to grow how big you are so that you can hold more money. Okay. So you keep asking yourself what makes you happy. You keep asking how you can be of service, and you start making more money. It starts now in April of 2025. Have an incredible month. I will be back here the first Monday in May. Bye, guys.